Alright, I'm back from town. The old truck is still doing what it had been doing. It's still backfiring and not wanting to accelerate and all that. So there is something wrong with it. I'm hoping it's not getting ready to jump timing or something, because I know with old cars they'd act that way when they were getting ready to jump timing. It used to be a $300 repair. The last time I ever paid to fix one was a 1985 Chev Caprice I had, and that was back around 2011, I guess, and it cost me $300. But if it cost $300 back then, it's probably a $3,000 repair now. They got to tear the whole front off the engine, you know, and everything. It's a big job. And when you're paying $100 an hour, it don't take long to run up a big bill. Plus, parts are a lot more expensive now. It used to be $300 with the parts in. Parts and labor both. Last time I had it done, that's what it was. But with the old cars, they used to diesel. When you shut them off, they did a thing called dieseling, where when you turn the key back to shut the engine down, the car would start to shake and sputter and everything. And it would do that for a few minutes or a few seconds, usually a few seconds, maybe 30 seconds or something. And then it would stop. But the truck isn't doing that. But then maybe the new ones don't do that. I've noticed newer vehicles act differently. I have trouble telling what's wrong with newer vehicles a lot of the time. I'll think that something's wrong with the vehicle and it'll be something completely different now, because they don't act like they used to. So when they're failing, they don't fail the way they used to fail. They fail differently now. Hello, you. You're a good boy. I'm very appreciative of you. And I'm going to turn on the light, I am. I'll just wait here. We turn on the light so we can see the beautiful Rocky, eh? Okay, now, let me see. All right, you. Hey, you. Anyway, funny, when I was a kid, and my dad had the 1962 Pontiac Parisienne, it was getting ready to jump timing at one point. So it started to do that. He'd reach down and, and turn the key back when the key was on the dashboard, the ignition switch. He'd reach down and turn it back, and the car would go boom, 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 like that, and go like that, and it would stop then, to make a heck of a noise, and it would stop. Of course, the whole car would just shake and shudder for a few seconds, though, before it would stop. And my dad used to say that it was such a good car that it was just ambitious. It didn't want to stop working. He said, I shut it down. I shut it down and it doesn't want to stop. It just wants to keep working, he'd say, because that's such a good car, I remember him saying that. It was a very ambitious car, it was. Now, I got this pork roast here. How are you? I think you're wonderful, by the way, I do. Yes, I do. You're an awful good boy. You remind me of the olden days when we had cats everywhere. When cats ruled the land. What am I talking about? You guys still rule the land, eh? I know you do. Oh, please. Okay, now. No room in here. Anyway, yeah. But I remember my dad joking anyway about the old Pontiac being such a good car that it just did not want to stop running. You go to shut it down and it would just want to keep on going. But that's what was happening with it. It was getting ready to jump timing. It did that for a time and then it stopped, so I'm thinking that he must have got it fixed. I never did hear the outcome, but I'm guessing because he had it for a couple of years after that and it didn't do that anymore. So either it jumped timing and he had it fixed and he fixed it, or he fixed it because it was going to jump timing and he knew it was going to do that. One or the other, I don't know which. I'm going to take the strings off this now because I don't really want to deal with it later. I guess you're supposed to leave the strings on when you're roasting the thing, but I'm not going to. I'm feeling cantankerous. Oh, come on now. Can't cut through the strings. Alrighty. Well, we'll see what we can do here now then. Maybe we can just flip it around here, pull the string off it. There's Rocky. He went outside. He doesn't often do that anymore. Yeah. Alright now. Maybe I can cut it with this knife, eh? Can I cut it with the knife? Maybe I can. There we go. Hi, Rocky. It's not very nice out there, is it? I know. All right, now. Well, Rocky, I know my camera work is terrible. I've had a few people mention that. Had one guy tell me, either learn how to operate the camera or do something else. I told him if he didn't like it, he didn't have to watch. And he said that he thought that was good advice and he wouldn't watch. And I told him I was happy to be of service to him. You know, if he needed any more advice, he was free to ask. Don't hesitate to ask if you need any more good advice. Anyway, I know. I'm very wise, Rocky. The man who was criticizing me said so. He told me I give good advice. So there you go. So even those who don't like me acknowledge my superior intellect. Here we go now. I'm just having some fun. I don't really mean any of that. That did happen, though. That all smells like pork, probably. Because I was just touching pork. I was. Okay, I got to finish doing this, so I got to get ready, and we'll see you in a little while.